Oh, 9:10.
Yeah. Welcome, guys, to our team call for Tuesday, October 17th. Before we begin, we really want to give two major shout outs on this team. Number one, Wendy and Rudy, Insanity Certified. That is huge, guys. You guys are awesome. Like, perfect example of being proof that the product works. You guys are always showing up and taking your fitness and your dedication to this company to the next level, and that's really admirable. And number two, of course, Carla Medina. Carla, who has been super applied to the 4 vital behaviors, who started really taking her business seriously in the last 2 months. Carla made a really nice paycheck this last week, and you guys better believe it's a direct reflection of being coachable, being proof that the product works, inviting, doing her personal development, and recognition. And she's showing up every single day, and that's why Carla is where she's going, and it's only the beginning, and she's going to keep it up. So shout out Wendy and Rudy and Carla for being such a great example to the team for us this week.
Hey guys, congrats.
Thank you.
So tonight we're so we did this last week on Team Advent, and we are going to do it again, and Audrey and I joined forces. Okay, puppy. Matthias has words for you guys tonight. All right. Okay. Really, puppy. So this is what happens here every single Tuesday. My team's used to it. So we wanted to join forces because I think it's also important to connect on this kind of level. I know that we always have, or most of the time, we have a guest speaker, and then they come with a topic and they get to share it with the team, and you get to take away what best fits your business, and then you leave the rest, and then you start to apply it, right? That's the idea behind having a guest speaker. But we also noticed that having these type of calls as a team, as a unit, where we get to just ask questions, share ideas, and just really help each other out, what's working in the business, what's not, it's very, very important, and it's very healthy. So we wanted to have this call together with Luminous because we are one unit. We are Luminous, right? And so we wanted to definitely start to implement this as necessary. And I just really think that it brings us together. We get to do recognition live. We get to, like I said, get to know each other better as well. So we're going to open it up. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to, if you have feedback, if you just whatever, just it's open. It's open mic for anyone to take the stage. Floor.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How's everybody?
Hi, Jasenia. You have a question?
No, how's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. Tired.
How's it going?
Good. Trying to catch up. Catching up.
How's the training?
A lot of reading.
You done with the compound effect?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
You listened to it twice?
Yes. Well, I have a long ride. So, I wanted to write some stuff down, like while I was, so I had to pause it, go on, pause and go on.
It's good though. Listening to it twice, helps you
absorb it.
That's
digest
right.
it.
Digest it and then start to put it into action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Zarin is the man. He is definitely, a great author. And I also love his voice.
Yeah.
But he keeps you engaged too. So, and everything he says, in that book it's true, not to just the business, but I think in everything, in fitness and nutrition and life, right? So I think it's an important concept to start with as new coaches. So,
and even like 5 years later, I always think about things from there. Hey,
What
Amy,
happened, Audrey?
that even 5 years later, I still think of so many principles that he talks about in the compound effect that I'm still applying.
Yes, agreed.
Hey, Amy.
Oh,
Hey, I
Amy.
have a question. So, I am just now sort of getting brave enough to look into Facebook ads, but I'm very intimidated by the just the interface. You know, there's just so many choices, and there's so many options for how to narrow down your demographic group that you're reaching out to, and how long do you run the ads, and how much budget do you do, and what kind of ads do you do. And I would like to know if there's anybody in this group that does ads, what you've learned from them.
Audrey.
Rosie said to look at Zach Spuckler, who is Josh Coates' name. Coach, he's good at that. So is Jesse Regan if you want to invest money into a training. But the first thing I will tell you about creating ads on your Facebook page is that it is a great way to target exactly who you're looking for. And if you've ever done any kind of training on who your avatar is, those are generally the kinds of people that you're going to look for. So for me, I always pick women, and I do the top 10 Hispanic cities in the U.S. because that's who I attract. I put an income of over $100,000. I put generally 26 to 40 years old. And I get specific on iPhone users, online buyers, because that's how they purchase challenge packs. So the great thing about it is that when you look at those demographics, there's so many little menus that you can open. And I suggest spend time there going one by one and look at who do those things apply to who your target market is. As far as the budget, I would do $5 to $10, but you're going to watch it, because usually what happens is once an ad goes up, other people are going to watch it. If it has no comments, people are not very likely to comment. But once the first person comments, then it kind of snowballs. So I would run it for 3 days. And if you'll be able to gauge right away if it's going to be successful or not. If it's not, if after 3 days you see it doesn't get anything, turn it off right away. But if you see that it takes off and some people start commenting, try to increase your budget closer to $10 if you can afford it. And then you start to see how it does. If it's an ad that's doing well and it's generating leads for you and you have conversations going with different people, put more money into it if you can. Definitely set aside a certain percentage of your sales, of your commission every week to reinvest it back into your business there. Another thing is that there's so much trial and error when you're first starting to run ads. I spent a lot of money on ads that went nowhere, but it's necessary because then you start to see what works and doesn't work. Usually those posts of yours that do really well, so take a look at your social media and see what's gotten the most engagement, what's gotten the most likes. Even if it's just a picture of your family that has nothing to do with fitness, nothing to do with the business, just putting that out there as an ad is going to attract people to your page, and then they're likely to go check out what else you're about, because you can promote your page and you can promote certain posts. So just do that. Look at what posts are really popular in your news feed and your own timeline, so that you can try turning those into ads to see how they work. Does that help? But just remember, it's going to be a lot of trial and error at first. A lot of trial and error at first. I could do a call one day on that.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember you did one
Yeah.
about this. And it's I think it was one of those things where I was so new into my coaching that I was paying attention, but I couldn't really put it to use yet. You know, I wasn't quite ready to do that. My warm market was still really, really, really active at that time. And that's starting to fade just a little bit. And so I'm recognizing that ads, I started an ad yesterday, and because I had this realization that it's, I have to share outside of my own little bubble. And I already had one person personally message me, which I thought was really good. I mean, somebody I've never met before. And I thought, okay, well, something about this is working. So hopefully, but again, I've never really done it. So one message in 24 hours doesn't tell me that much, but
it's actually pretty good, because I know a lot of coaches, when they start, they'll put out an ad and get nothing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's a good start. Try to, you can save your audiences. So if you feel like that worked for you, then just keep trying to follow the same formula.
Can you share the things not to do that you've learned, right? It's like, where do I start?
You can get shut down quick by Facebook. And they tried shutting me down once, because you definitely can't do it before and after. You can't use a picture that has too much text on it. Mm-hmm. And then it's just really easy for people to like quickly see that you're an ad and dismiss you. So I have an ad that I did in January 2 years ago of me on the beach with my kids, talking about how I couldn't afford to get my nails done before and how I would just do them at home. And I do like $15 a day on that ad, because just that ad alone helped me get to 20,000 page likes on my Facebook page. And the thing about that ad is just, it was a story. Like, you looked at it and you would think that it's any one of your friends on your news feed, because it wasn't like very salesy. It looked a mom on the beach. Like, anyone wants to stop to read a story with a mom on the beach with her kids, So think of things like that that'll make your target audience stop and want to read what you wrote. Well, Mina said that's how she came into the business with that ad.
So it works.
Mm.
Great question, Amy. Great way to kick off the call. Anyone else has questions?
Hola, thanks for the shout out. It's Carla. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So how much, estimated, how much do those ads run?
You can set whatever budget you want.
Okay.
But
so
the
it's not
the thing is that there's a lot of people, let's say that you're targeting like fit moms and stuff like that. There's a lot of other people targeting fit moms. So the more money you spend, the more people Facebook will put you in front of. So if you want to start off with a big bang and really target the ad, then go ahead and do it, but monitor it. If you see that like after 24 hours it's getting nothing, turn it off, because it's a waste of your money.
Yeah.
But if
I also have start low, then
see how it does. Yeah. That's the most important thing. Monitor it, and then either if you see that something's taking off and it's getting a lot of engagement, put more money into it. But make sure that you're messaging back those people, inviting those people to like your like page.
If I can have another root. Okay, and another question for congrats to Roses for being certified, and Jen. I want to get certified. So where do I go on Beachbody to get certified? And how do I find a place where I can get certified?
Beachbody Live.
Beachbody Live?
Beachbodylive.com, and then it tells you like if you want to register for classes, what trainings are available, and then you can sign up.
Perfect. Beachbody Live. Thank you so much.
I have a question to piggyback on what Carla was saying about the what were we talking about?
Ads, money, and the ads.
Yes, thank you. Ads. Sorry.
The ads.
That's bad. So, question is, in terms of when to, how they give you a target time as well, like when do you want to have that ad out? Do you find that the weekends are a big no? Do you find that it should only be running during the week? What have you found in the past 2 years?
I honestly have never really had anything come up with times or when I'm running the ads.
It's just the content itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mainly the content and how well I'm targeting who I'm looking for.
Okay.
That's really the hardest part, really breaking that down.
Yeah, I think we're going to need you to do a call on that.
Yeah.
Because that's always been my,
You have to know yourself really well, though. Really well.
I think it's more of like we've done a training on Team Advent that everybody had to do their avatar, which was, very cool because you're really just describing yourself, right?
Yes.
As to who you want to attract.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more of the technicalities, like that stuff, I'm not really computer savvy, so that kind of throws me off. Like, I'm like, what do I have to click? And I think it's just really playing around with the website.
It is. It could, because also Facebook changes what it looks like every week.
Mm-hmm.
It changes what it looks like. Another thing that helps is if on your Instagram, you have your Instagram set up as a business page, then you're able to see the insights of your demographic, like what age they are, where they live, and things like that. So then you could just take that information and plug it into where you look when you create an ad.
That's a good idea. I never even thought about that.
But it has to be linked to your like page as a business profile, as opposed to a personal profile. And then that could also give you when to post. That's good for Instagram because it tells you like most of your audience engages with your posts, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So that's when I should be posting. And then you see like the lowest engagement, like let's say 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, don't post at that time.
Right.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to marketing and just overall storytelling, I find that I have a bunch of stories to tell, but I kind of jumble them all in one really super long post. So to better tweak my storytelling and be able to really get my point across and what I'm trying to convey a little bit better. Do you guys have any suggestions on who I should follow or like training or something? I know we did a call not too long ago with, please, I forget her name. She just had a baby.
Rachel.
And she was talking about storytelling and she was awesome. But I need a little bit more training.
What do you have trouble with exactly? You think you just ramble on?
Yeah, I vomit at the mouth.
Do you write it down before you just post? You just post on the fly?
Yeah, I don't. No, I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just do it.
What you have to get good at is solidifying what your message is, because social media is just a repetition of those core messages. So if you look at my social media, what I'm always posting over and over again is the strength to overcome, faith, kids, and those are like my common themes. Right. All the time. So you have to really know what your common themes are. So then you breadcrumb it, break down those stories that you have, write them out first, and then just break them down into little smaller stories.
Yeah, Rosie, I listened to the National Wake Up Call, and for some reason it was kind of spotty. Like I couldn't really hear it. It was breaking up a lot. I'll go back and listen to it again because I think she touched on that also, right? This past Monday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Grazie.
Like I post on the fly, but it always needs to fit like what it is, what my message is as a coach. So people come to my page and they know what to expect from me because it's different, but it's always the same type of thing. Does that help?
Yeah, I think, John, that you should. Were you on Ivy's call last night?
Yeah, I got confused with the time. For some reason, I thought it started at 9, like our call. So I came like right at the end. I was looking for the recording. I'm not sure if they put it up yet.
Gabby posted it today.
Oh, okay, sweet. I'll listen to it today.
So a good tip that she gave that I think is like really key for someone like you who probably wants to post everything because everything can. And listen, I have that problem because even though I'm an emerald, my mind is a sapphire. Like I get like this thought and then this next thought and then you want to tell, you know, the world about everything, right? So like if I'm talking to you, I get distracted very easily because I'm thinking about something else or some, you know, the next shiny thing. So what she said was that before she goes to bed, you know, she has her notebook by her bed or whatever, and then she'll write down the people, you know, the list of people she's going to contact tomorrow so that you're not guessing. And then she also knows exactly what her message is going to be. So like Audrey said, you obviously have to, you know, if you haven't done an avatar, and, you know, maybe we can start that, Audrey. We can maybe put it hours and then have everybody kind of, you know, work through that and see if it still stands or change it up. But, you know, look at what your message is going to be, right? Or what you want people to know you for. So like Audrey said, she's a mom, right? She loves to work out or struggles, but still does it. She, you know, she works at her dad's business, faith, you know, all of that, right? She's the motivator. And so her message revolve right around that. So maybe you have to figure out what it is that you want people to know you for and then rotate those. But if you feel like on the fly it won't work, then sit down, you know, 10, 15 minutes the night before and then jot down 3 posts that you're going to want to really target the next day. And then say, you know, I want to talk about this, that. And then maybe you have pictures already in the phone. If you don't, that's cool. Take them the next day. But at least you have an idea of what you want to post. And then keep it to one message for sure. Don't like go on 3 stories in one post because you're going to confuse your reader or they're not going to be interested and then they're going to go to the next post. So that's what I would recommend. But I think Ivy hit it on the nose. Just definitely, you know, jot down the night before so that you're not scrambling the following day.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. And then kind of on that topic, when it comes to, because like everyone says, Facebook is forever changing and you never know what it's going to be tomorrow. In regards to actually getting your post seen because of the algorithms and everything that's going on, how often would you post something without it being too much? You know, like I don't want my, because I still get everything from my personal page. I get nothing from my like page. So I want my personal page to seem like an advertisement, you know?
Like what kind of message are you talking about? Like,
people still don't know I'm a coach. Like, it's freaking.
I'm gonna 2 things. I'm gonna how I'm gonna answer this. So, Danny Johnson says that you are always talking to your new follower. Always. So that means that you have to always be inviting. You always have to be telling people who you are. It doesn't matter if someone already read that story. The bottom line is that the followers who connect with you, if they love you, they trust you, and they like you, they're going to read the story again. Doesn't matter, right? But the people who you're really targeting is the new people. So don't worry about your other followers because if they love you, they're going to stick around. The people who are like, bro, like she already said this, right? Like I already read this. And they don't connect with you, bye. They don't need to be on your page anyway, and you don't need them to be part of your tribe. So it doesn't matter, right? So she always talks about that. She always says that you're always targeting the new people. So even if you sound like, you know, the recording is the same, it doesn't matter. You always have to talk to the new person. And then the other thing I was going to say is, I think I lost my train of thought. I had like 2 ideas, but you know what? 2 thoughts, but I'll probably, you know, it'll come back. I'm a mommy, so it happens. it does. Oh, I think it was the girl from yesterday too, from the National Wake Up Call. She says that she reuses her stuff like every 2 to 3 days or weeks, maybe. I think it was weeks. She said every 2 to 3 weeks because, again, you know, not a lot of people. You're not even though you feel like people are reading it. Not a lot of people are reading the same message. So don't worry about it. Just post it. So I think she's the one who said that. And then Audrey and I talked about my day today, right?
Yeah, Gabby, I was telling Gabby that I actually had a really rough week last week. And I told her, I'm like, most of my posts were the posts that I used last year. So I would go to my Facebook on this day, look at what I post last year on this day, and just reuse it. Like maybe I'll change the picture, but the text, I didn't think about it, copy paste. Yeah, because even Amy Porterfield says it, that if a post does well, reuse it. Another thing is you mentioned about the Facebook algorithm. Bob Heelig actually just said that the Facebook algorithm has changed, whereas before it was good to post often on Facebook. Now it's not. Now you want 2 to 3 quality posts a day. That's it, nothing more. And what you do first is before you're going to post something, get on Facebook for like 10 minutes and start engaging with other people. So think of like those people that you are kind of flirting with, prospecting right now, comment on their pictures, like their pictures, warm up Facebook for a little bit. And then when you post, it's going to get those people's eyes on your post. So that's the way to work the algorithm right now.
Also,
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I would copy and paste I would read someone's post and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to say that. And I would copy and paste it because not all the time, but I'll copy and I'll use like some of my words and then boom. I asked like Melissa, I was like, yo, I need to use this because I don't know what's the right here, but I loved that. But also you have to post what you feel. Like Evie said yesterday, I'm sweating. I mean, everybody sweats. So just post how you feel at that moment. I know it's tough because that happens to me a lot. Like, I don't know what to write. I'm just like, what am I going to do? And Audrey's right about Facebook. I'm not, like, my Facebook game is not so well, but my Instagram is. And I was posting in bursts, and I didn't get not one like. And I was like, whoa, that means nobody saw it. So it's just a game you got to play with this system, and thank you for that. Like you're right, play with comments and engage before you post, because it does get people watching, and they're on, so you're like, I'm gonna post this right now. So.
I want to say something about that. I like that you said to put it into your own words, because something that I hate, so imagine people that follow us, is when one coach has a really good post, so then you're like, oh, I like it, and you copy and paste it. Like, I've literally seen something that I just posted that I came up with all over the news feed because other coaches saw it and literally just copied and pasted and used my exact same post. Here's the thing. Those are my words.
Yes.
And people are attracted to that about me. And that might not be what they're attracted to you for. If you like the theme of what I did, take it, rewrite it for yourself. But it's important to do that for yourself because it develops your voice as a coach. It develops how it is that you add value as a coach.
Yeah.
And it's going to get easier. Something that I love that Seth Godin said is write how you speak. Because no one ever gets talker's block. You only get writer's block. So,
yeah.
Like, to play off what Carla just said, it's great advice. Just write how you feel. Just write it out.
Don't plagiarize.
Right, you got in trouble for that, right? When you're in college, so we're not. Why is it okay to do it here? It's so true. I always tell my coaches, like, if there's a post, a call to action that's working for me, I'll always say, this is working, change it into what you sound like, tweak it so that it can be in your own voice. And that's happened to me. I actually showed Audrey just this week, someone who literally like copied and pasted and, and then you feel weird when they don't even tell you they're going to do that. Right.
And it was a picture of me.
It could be like, if it's my coaches, like I always tell them what works. Hey, this is working for me. Here, take it, use it, but obviously make it your own. But when it's like another coach and you're like, wait, but that's how I feel about her. That's how I know her. It's kind of strange. And again, like Audrey said, I think it's weird too, because then if we have friends in common, then people are going to be like, what is that? It just makes us all look bad. So.
And it's doing yourself a favor because you really learn to develop your voice and what your style is by doing it yourself.
I wanted to add something to that because I used to at the beginning I used to do that, and I realized that now I just plus when you copy and then you paste it, and then it just Facebook does something I don't know weird. But I don't like at the beginning when I was trying to learn and what am I gonna post today? I realized that wasn't working for me. So now it's like, oh, okay, well that idea is good, but I don't even use it that day. I'm like, okay, well now I feel like that. Now I just compose it in something that I feel the next day or another day, like that, in my own words.
Good.
And reference. Oh, thank you. I wanted to also add what you said, Audrey, about the comment about when you post something. They did on Super Saturday in Miami. They shared that same information that right now Facebook is going. The whole thing is about engagement. So if you don't engage, you don't get likes, you don't get seen, you don't get nothing. So the first thing is that's the same thing that they said.
And then that's
like
another thing. That's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up because usually I'm the type to like post, put my phone down and go on to the next thing. So what happens is that Facebook is going to watch your post in the first 15 minutes of you posting it. If you get engagement, reply right away. No matter what it is, reply. Mm-hmm. Because if it starts to build engagement, then they're going to start to show it to more people. So like Facebook does like a soft launch of the post. So if you start getting other comments right away, it's just going to go showing it to more people in the first 15 minutes. Thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Something that something that has worked for Rudy and myself is the live. Like when we go live and we get tons of engagement, like I feel like more people after we do that and we say we post something else after, we get a lot more views. Whether they like it or not, it doesn't really matter because they're viewing, and those are the ones that are the quiet ones that later on continue to follow you, and then they're going to reach out to you when you do a CTA. So going live has been like really good for us, and we'll go live on anything. Like we even bring in the kids. Like Rudy has this sour thing that he's trying to make them tear, and people are already engaging. Like, oh, what are you guys going to do next? Are you going to? Are they going to falter? And even things like that. So not necessarily just the health and fitness, adding the kids and showing them that we're real people, not just, and we, another thing that Gabby had helped us to do was, we are getting new followers, right? So we always try to say Coach Wendy, Coach Rudy, AKA the Rosas, because there are people that are, continuously following us. They don't know who we are. I mean, I think we do a pretty good job in showing that we're working out, we're doing that, but they may or may not know. So it's important to be able to, introduce yourself and let them know what you're doing. So we always know with a CTA.
That's a great point because video does do so much better than any other kind of content on Facebook because it's video over everything. A share is like the most valued thing for Facebook if someone shares your post. Then engagement, and then last place is likes. And you just, you guys just gave me an idea. Like tonight we should all post our before and after, our own transformation, and just a thank you to any new followers and tell our story again. That's what I'm going to do.
One other thing that in terms of engagement that you should be looking out is what type of your posts are getting the most engagement. Like I know that anything to do with my family, so either if it's me and Jorge in a picture or me and Matias or the entire family or Matias, like people connect with who you are as a real person. That's what they want to see, right? And if you're telling stories behind those pictures, that's what they're connecting with. But then the minute, even if I had like 100 and something likes of a picture and then a ton of like engagement, or just like, asking questions, right, about anything on Facebook that the resembles of who you are, right? They talk about who you really are, even whatever question. I can have 100 comments. And then if I have a call to action right after that, I know, like, just like Wendy said, I know those people saw it because that's what Facebook does. Okay, Fulanito saw it, they were engaging in the last comment and they did this, so they must want to see this post that Gabby just post it and they'll share it. But a lot of people just look, but that if you had a lot of engagement in the prior post, that these people, are being fed that next post. So I think that really knowing which posts prior to a call to action, which posts are the ones that are getting the most engagement, the most likes are the ones that you want to put prior to a call to action. So, asking a question. This girl in the National Wake Up Call, said it really nicely. She has 3 types of posts. One of them is sharing the stories. Obviously, we all know that works. Questions where people are engaging or responding to you, right? And then when she does her call to action, she does everything. She does a story, a question, and the call to action all together, which I never thought. And I was like, that's brilliant, because you're having people engage, and then that call to action is exposed to everyone who, their friends list and X, X, Y, and Z. But so definitely monitor your posts. Make sure you know what works. Like, I know what type of, post will work. And then I know what doesn't, but obviously the more you do it, the more you know. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask another question. Because of everything that's going on in the engagement, how do you guys provide just, what is that we have to do? We need to give value. How do you provide value without I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Like,
provide value
personally,
like fitness related, because everybody, there's so much fitness out there. Like you guys said, you want to make sure that these people are connecting to you also before you were, things that you were into before you were a coach. So how do you provide that without losing the engagement? Because I like I've mentioned to some of you guys, I'm to open up my network more, I'm going back into makeup just for the value, just literally to give value to people. I'm not trying to make it my business. I just want to give. And then through that, hopefully open up my network into other people. And then they see that I'm also into, that I am a coach. So how do you mesh it together? I don't know.
Someone was going to say something. Josh Coates says that the way you have to do it is, what would you post about if you weren't a coach? Like, what do you love about being a coach that has nothing to do with fitness and nutrition?
You're asking now?
I'm asking.
What do I love about being a coach that has nothing to do with health or fitness?
Fitness and nutrition.
Fitness and nutrition. The community.
Okay.
Like my family, you guys. This is what I'm here. I love you guys.
How could you do that? How could you add value by talking about that?
How can I add value with talking about that? I don't know.
I'm asking you because, like, for me, I'm the motivator. If you guys look at my posts, it's always like some kind of motivational message. And it's rarely that I talk about, I can mention that I'm having a bad day, but it's mostly about the mindset that I've developed for myself. It's like I'm putting it out there. If you do that, you're coming from a place of authority. And what I want to see from you, because I know you're the makeup artist, I want to know what colors I should be using right now. I want to know tips for like matching my foundation to my neck or whatever it is that I'm supposed to do. Like, what colors are hot right now? What kind of eyeshadow should I get?
Right.
You know?
Well, that's what I was trying to do, or am going to do when I have my master classes. Like, I'm going to make it a live event on Facebook.
Well, why aren't you doing it right now?
Because it's just me.
Because I want to know, every time I go do my nails, I want to know what color can I use right now, because it's fall, but it's still kind of warm, so that I could like keep summer, but it's still kind of fall. You know what I'm talking about? Like, let me know what colors you're in right now.
All right.
That's what Ivy said. To get burgundy. That's what Ivy said yesterday. Did you hear? I think she said that towards the end. She said, what she did was she picked her talent, what she was good at.
And she loved cooking. I heard that.
Right. So and then what she said at the end, she said, if you are good at makeup, if you are good at doing nails, like she was just giving, if you're good at hair, whatever, she said, pick whatever you're good at and then add that type of value to people. I'm horrible at makeup. Horrible. But then knowing Jen, you're going to go and do like a whole freaking, show on everything about that. No, pick one thing. Pick
like if
do the eyebrows, then pick or whatever eyeshadow. Just pick that day. Don't go on doing foundation and pick one thing.
Yeah.
Right. You see, you already thinking like, oh, okay.
Like, tell me what mascara I should be wearing if I'm going to go sweat. Like, if I'm going to go work out,
right.
And I need a great mascara that'll hold up.
All right, so I'll go live. Go live what, once a week on makeup, or is this?
But
like...
not even like going live. It's just like working it into your content every day.
But that's what I'm saying. How often should I do that?
Every day, girl.
Every day. Okay.
What do you think? How do you think Ivy is in the top, whatever of the company, 10, 12?
Girl, I don't know. If I did, I'd be top 10 too, boo.
She's consistent. She does live videos every day cooking.
Yeah.
She cooks. She's every day doing the same shit. And that's why she's top 12. Jen, and waterproof mascara for anybody working out. That's what you do. You be like, hey,
which one?
You're gonna
Which
be doing
one?
cardio today. And you need to do waterproof mascara from Voluminous and all this crap. Like, get in the groove, girl. You got these beautiful bright eyes. So people with blue eyes, this color, you use this color mascara or eyeliner to make your eyes pop. If you got big eyes, put eyeliner so it can make it small. Like shit like that, Jen. Come on, you're smarter than that.
And the other thing is, I would have a guest, like, maybe once a week, get a guest, like get up with, with Darlene, I don't know, and do like her eyes. And then the next time you see her, do her lips and go live about that, and people are expecting that at least once a week, you have a guest, you will do something on them. The other thing that I just remember I told you I would remember, was that you should be doing call to actions every day. Every single day. I mean, you don't have to be salesy about it, but like, for example, I just posted something about Matias today, about how he's doing so much better with his speech therapy, right? And that I've been able to pay that out of pocket, and that if it wasn't for this coaching opportunity, I wouldn't be able to, I would have to tap into Jorge's salary or our savings. And then I said, if you're interested in it can be very subtle without having to be like really icky. So at any opportunity that you have, so every day, either it's a coach opportunity or a call to action to your challenge group, whatever it is, because if we scroll down into your Facebook, we need to know that I can join something. I can join your team, or I can join the challenge group, or that you can do my facial. I don't know, something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the problem. So many, because I look at your pages sometimes. I'll just go look and see what you guys have been posting. And I ask myself, would I know that they're a coach? Like, you need a cover photo that shows like this person's a coach. I can contact them for something. A good, clear profile picture. In your bio, does it say what you do?
I have a question about the cover page. There's a website. There's something that you could get a good cover page that, like, do it very professional. You guys know the name for it? Or
Canva,
somebody. What is it?
Canva.
Canva.
I'll just put it in the comments. Or PicMonkey.
Okay.
Or if you want something really professional, our own Rosie here is a designer. She could do your website too.
Oh, okay. One more question. Oh, I wanted to ask about, I have my like page, and I heard you were talking at the beginning about the like page. I'm not getting a lot of, I have less than 100 people. Like, I don't know. I did some advertising, but I think now I'm going to take your advice, because I think my advertising that I was advertising was a little bit, I probably like salesy and, talking about fitness. So I'm going to change that up. But should I invite everybody on that's on my page? Like, you know what I mean? And have them there, or should I just do the advertising and add, or I was just thinking about, just because I have less than 100 people, just start fresh all over again. What's your advice?
Everybody starts someplace. You don't want to invite the people from your personal page because they already follow you. I personally post the same thing on Instagram to Facebook to my like page. Same thing, because the people that follow me on my like page shouldn't follow me on my personal page, and vice versa. So, we all start from zero. That 100 is going to grow. You just have to be consistent. And the only way your Facebook like page is going to grow is really through advertisement. Pay to play.
Okay. Okay.
Be consistent about running ads, even if it's like $1 just to play with it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Patience, yes. I mean, it's taken me about 3 years to build my like page to 20,000 followers.
Wow.
Any other questions?
I have a question. Yeah, I think I should know this, but whatever. So about the left leg and the strong leg, the right leg, the weak leg. So those carryover points, do you ever lose them? Do they have like a number where you reach, and since you didn't cycle, they're gone? Ever?
Yes.
Okay. What's the number?
It's like 20,000 cycles or something. It's a big number.
In cycles?
It's 5,000 cycles, isn't it?
5,000?
Yeah, I just read. I was gonna ask. That's the lifetime cycles.
You could lose it if you find the FAQ for what's called the master flush.
I have it on my team page. Guys, you remember we did that process, Amy? Is it 5,000 and then it flushes?
It's 5. Yeah, it says that the lifetime cycles. It has to reach the 5,000, and then it'll just get reduced. But
you also lose it if you lose your emerald rank. If you go inactive as an emerald coach.
Yeah, that I know. So it has to be in cycles, not as total value points. It has to be in cycles.
I like Gabby, the emerald.
Sorry. So it is 5,000.
So
it's 5,000 cycles, and so once you've cycled 5,000 times, that means that you will lose it, but nothing to worry about, because if you are, by the time that you cycle 5,000 times, your volume should be crazy and it'll catch up. You know, you'll make it up again, basically. You know, you'll regain it.
That's if you're working both legs, but when one thing is only going on one leg, then there's a problem.
Correct.
Huh?
But that's what I'm saying. So basically what they will do is that once you've cycled 5,000 times, your strong leg is so strong that you're going to go back up, you know, really quickly in volume, and then you're going to have to continue to build that weak leg, right? That's just the idea. So that's why you don't even worry about the master flush. Your other question was, can you lose, what other ways can you lose your volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is if you, once you become an emerald coach, you have the ability to cycle, right? They give you permission to earn cycle bonuses. So if you ever lose your rank again, so like let's say you lose rank from emerald to coach, you're not able to cycle again. And specifically, if you go inactive, Beachbody comes into your account and they just take all your volume, and then it disappears. It's gone. So all that money that you've been saving, per se, it's like a bank account, they go in and they take it away from you. Bye, goodbye, nothing, zero. You start at zero again. So, so what we recommend is that even if you get to diamond or star diamond and, you know, for whatever reason you lose your rank, let's say you lose it back to diamond or you lose it back to emerald, don't ever go below emerald and do not ever go inactive, because when that happens, then Beachbody has the right to go into your account and wipe you. Make sense?
Uh-huh.
So always.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know about the becoming inactive, that would wipe everything, but I didn't know that going from emerald to coach, which is not my planning, but you know, yeah, okay. I don't know. It's just so difficult, and it's not. It's just I'm stuck. I have like on my strong leg, my I have like, I'll show you.
How many?
Should I show you?
We can calculate. Just give me the number.
I have 6,539 on my left leg.
Which is
and
your strong leg? Give me your strong
that
leg.
is my strong leg.
6,000.
When I first started, it was my right leg, and then everything switched. But in my right leg, I only have 56.
What do you have on your strong? 6,000 what?
6,539.
Okay. And you're what? A paid emerald right now?
Yeah.
So that's 450, like $58. So that's just waiting for you there to cash out.
I know. Yeah.
So it's like
How do I get people to join? Huh?
Oh,
And then,
good.
okay, so then I have to put everyone that I'm really fed up with this because I really want to succeed. And I'm just like, I want to help. Like the first thing I want to do is help, but at the same time, I do want to make money. So I'm switching my mentality, and now I'm switching, which I don't know if you guys got the answers that I answered today. But anyway, I'm going to put the money before the helping because obviously the helping is not working out.
No.
I'm just. Do you get what I'm saying? My focus has always, the reason why I became a coach was because I want to help. Money was not, it was like the icing on the cake, right? But that's not working out for me. So now I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should go after the money, and then helping is the icing on the cake. I don't know.
I had trouble. I'm sorry. I had trouble with the right and the left leg. I think on your back office, I don't. Maybe Audrey, someone that's very familiar with that area. I had to change the direction to where everyone was going, like to my right and my left. So the next person that you get should be on your weak leg and start that weak leg up.
No, I know the strategy. I mean, I know that from tomorrow on, anyone that comes across, I have to put on my right leg. I know that. It's just the mentality that I'm thinking of changing because. But Audrey, you were like, no.
Well, I just put it in the
why
comments.
she shouldn't do that.
If you want to start, I live by this. If you want to change your bank account, start changing people's lives. You might mean bank before rank, which I agree with. But the thing is, like, you've been away. The reason you're not where you want to be is that you haven't been building consistently every day. So that's the first thing you have to tackle. Your 4 vital behaviors and doing that so that you can be hitting Success Club, building your business through Success Club. So it's definitely bank before rank.
Yeah.
But it's always based on helping people, because if you don't genuinely help people, then they're just going to feel like a transaction, and it's just going to be like they get a challenge pack and whatever. You got to help them see their way through the transformation and eventually into the business. But it's that consistency that builds this business.
Okay. Now, let me ask you another question since I'm already on stage. So do you guys usually post everything, as it goes, as the day goes, or do you take like a week or, the whole day? I know I think you spoke about that like before, but do you take like one day to post like for 3 days or, the whole week? Or because I find like I like to live my life in the moment. So it bothers me to have things posted on schedule, but that's not working for me. So I guess if you guys say, you know what, you got to post or have it planned for 3 days in advance, then I'm going to try to do that. But I like to live my life like whatever's happening, that's what I like to post. I don't like to fake it, like that. Like
it goes back to like what we told Jen. It's like you got to go back to your core messages. So if one of those things is being spontaneous and you like to post about being spontaneous, then know that you need a spontaneity post. And then when it happens, when you feel it, post it. But you absolutely need to post every day, 3 times a day. Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Well,
like you own a restaurant, right, Maggie?
Yeah, this week I had to post. I posted. I was like, it's hard for me to post this because I gained weight. I went to my goal weight, which was like 132. That way, 135, and I went down to 132, and then I gained, about 15 pounds back, and I had to post that because I feel like, when people, I'm not even around people, in the States. I'm like out of the country, and then when I go to the States, they see me. So obviously they can see that I gained, and I just want to keep it real. So then I did that post, and now I did the 3-day refresh, and now I'm doing the clean week. And I'm doing the clean week because I want to start doing the clean week, the free clean week, start like fresh, because I just feel like I have to say what I'm living. I can't start, I'm a coach, or continue saying that I'm a coach. Meanwhile, I have gained 15 pounds back.
Talk about it. Everybody gains.
So, so I'm doing that. I'm like in that stage right now. So I'm like basically back to zero. And I'm talking about how, you're in a place and you feel good, and then you let go, and then boom, here it comes.
And I think that's a great message, because I think that just because you're a coach, that doesn't make you immune to gaining weight back. The reason you became a coach was because you wanted to, stay accountable to people so that you can maintain your weight off and, continue to live a healthy lifestyle. And you can talk about that, the fact that, this is what's keeping you accountable. If it wasn't for this, it wouldn't be 15 pounds. It would probably be 50 pounds. You know what I mean? So talking about that's real life.
Okay, so instead of seeing it, so if that's a good idea. Instead of focusing into
tap into what makes you most uncomfortable to post about, because chances are whatever you're most uncomfortable about is the thing that other people are most uncomfortable about. Yes. And if you talk about your struggles, and I'm totally preaching to the choir right now, okay, because I've done exactly this, okay, exactly this, and I still haven't figured out exactly how I want to frame the message that I've gained a little bit of my weight back. I am not going to shame myself over that, but I'm working on it. And the cool thing, in my opinion, the cool thing about the programs that we do is that they're sustainable, they're repeatable, they're real life. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And sometimes we take a step back, and the beauty of it is the grace that comes with, whether it's the portion fix or the clean week, whatever, there's grace that comes with it. And if you don't have grace for yourself, then people aren't going to think you're going to be the kind of coach that's going to have grace for them and help them up out of that ditch, So if you can find a way to even just be vulnerable, ask other people, like, well, what do you think? I mean, I'm a coach. I struggle too. That doesn't mean that I'm not a great coach. I'm going to stick with this, and you're going to watch me do it, and let's go. Think of it that way.
And then tell people to join you in losing the weight. That's great advice, Amy.
Yeah. And so I guess I'll take it from there. And I cook. I try to cook every day something, but I just find like, I don't know. It's like to go live with the cooking and all that, I think it's too long, and I just hate myself going live. But I guess I have to try, listening to all of you,
sweetie,
saying go live.
You're amazing. You're
beautiful, by the way.
And then I have the restaurant, and that's why I gained the weight, because the restaurant I have for like a year and 4 months, and ever since that I got the restaurant opened, obviously you go to work. I go to work not every day, but when I go to work, I'm not eating enough, and maybe I'm eating the wrong thing. But we'll see. I have my head over my shoulders, and it's working. Trust me, it's working. even though if the numbers are not there, but
By
I'm
the way,
pushing.
what I was going to tell you about the restaurant is like, you know, really well the number of times you need to turn over a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to make a profit, right?
Yes.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing with this business. You have to know like the times that you're going to post and pretty much a rough estimate of what you're going to post in order to make the business work. So that same kind of logic you bring into the restaurant, bring it into your business.
Okay.
Be
Thank you.
spontaneous, but no matter what, always put a transformation Tuesday. Always put, like, there's some things during the week that even if you're being super spontaneous, like Gabby said before, every day, always put a call to action. So be spontaneous, but know ahead of time that one of these posts you have to draw people in. And Tuesday's a great way to do it, or Flashback Friday, or what is it, Way Back Wednesday, or say, what's the other one that they say?
I need to take note. Wait.
Okay.
Rewind that.
Yes, please.
Wait,
Listen, but you can make your own thing. You can make your own thing. Like, I know that, we're used to seeing the coaches talk about Transformation Tuesday, and then they do Throwback Thursday and the Flashback Friday, whatever. But the Rosas have done something different. They take they took Tuesday and they made it Truthful Tuesday, right? And then now people are waiting for that live video where they going in on people. So, so really, so you got to make it your own. So, that's what they use that. So it could be whatever you want. You just take a day of the week and then just be consistent with it. So whatever it is, she said Way Back Wednesday. I've never heard of that one, but like you can do that, right? You can take Wednesday and make it a Way Back Wednesday, and then that's your own thing. And then I've never heard of that. So you can make that and then have a post every Wednesday about that. So just be creative and do something out of the box so that it stands out, and then that people are expecting it every Tuesday or every Wednesday or every whatever. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same thing that everybody else is doing. Just stand out.
Wednesdays.
Okay. I wanted to say something to Jen about how Audrey asked her what is she passionate about. I think that was the question, and she said this, like the community. And like for me, I find that before I was not able to. I always say I don't know how to make friends because, believe me, I never had friends in school. I had friends in school, but out of school, I was not allowed to have them. So the strict family here. Pero what I was gonna say is that this group, this life, this journey that I took about 2 years ago, becoming a coach, has made me open up to the level that I felt pain, even to confront myself, to be able to speak what I have to say. And so I think I should focus a little bit about that too, because I just feel blessed that through you guys, I have found myself, and I'm just grateful. Thank you.
Take a screenshot of this, of all of us, and do a Truthful Tuesday like the Rosas do, and talk about that tonight. It's only 10:12. There's a lot of people up.
I had the same problem. I struggled with the friendship category. And all I can say is I started making a lot more friends now. I started putting my alarm clock and waking people up in the morning, even if they don't reply. I started pushing them to start, motivating them, and they love that. People love that. And I know it's hard to make friends, but I think once you start to transform yourself mentally, like immerse yourself in personal development, and I've lost some friends too. because of probably the way I used to be. And now that I feel like I changed a little bit, you start to build more relationships because you start feeling better about yourself and your confidence level starts to go up. And so I can definitely relate in that friendship category. I feel like I had no friends. Seriously, like I lost them and then I gained them back because of this opportunity. So just a lot of personal development, a lot. I think that's what's lacking. When I hear you talk, I feel like that was me a few months ago. The same way. I didn't my contact list was very limited. But Pitbull said something this morning. Oh my gosh, hold on a second.
What did I say? This man is like, I didn't understand.
I wrote it down. Hold on.
He's also on a podcast with Tony Robbins. If you go to the Tony Robbins podcast, he interviews him.
Yeah. He said that God made friends to make up for your family or something like that. He said something like that. And I felt like it's so true because in this business, most of, for me, my family is not that supportive. And I'm talking about certain people in my family. They're just not supportive. But most of my friends are. And so, there it goes. You gotta start just blah. You have a restaurant. So you can definitely make lots of friends, man. And where is your restaurant?
when you come to Santiago, you come visit. I'll drive you there. Yeah.
Oh.
Where is it at?
I have to go over there.
It's San Jose de las Matas, Santiago, Dominican Republic.
Oh, Dominican Republic.
We're all gonna take a trip over there.
This is where I live.
Yeah, we should.
You cut your hair off.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You were on a call not like a long time ago. Okay. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I remember you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's getting late. Yeah, it's echoing for me too. We'll wrap it up. You guys know that Gabby and I are always here for you guys. So whatever you need, feel free to reach out for us. And we're going to keep doing this more often. Great questions, guys. I'll post a recording by morning time. Good night.
Sorry if I plagiarize anyone's stuff. Okay.
Bye.
Sorry, I won't do it again, okay?